America's choice in home care. Meet Gold Bond Daily Healing, a powerhouse lotion that moisturizes, heals, and smooths dry skin with 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. And new Gold Bond Healing Sensitive, specifically shown to heal and moisturize dry, sensitive skin. Gold Bond. This thing was an event that took place on a dairy farm, and it was not my after prom party. Tune in to my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing. This is Woodstock. It'll have you get along at home. One of the founding fathers of the Rat Pack. Frank Sinatra. Yeah! Get your guest on. You just Person, Place, or Thing. 64. When it comes to the view, you have an identical twin, what would you make them do? You either nail it. My chores, Steve. Raise the kid. Or fail it. You secretly have an identical twin, what would you make them do? I'd make them rob a bank. Make him rob a bank, give me the money, and turn him in. Family Feud. You a dirty Family Feud. Good morning. 30 on Star 64. I'm Matt, and I'm Nate, and we're the local twin brothers, making it easy to sell your property. At CDG, we make it hassle-free with an all-cash offer, and we close when you're ready. We're cash home buyers, so don't make any repairs, and you don't pay any closing costs. We're local, and we've dealt with every challenge. Foreclosures, back taxes, and even boy. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I sure it's 3:06 a.m. in the morning. So I guess we're going to call this coffee hour. What's going on? I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I know some of us spent it quietly. Some of us spent it with family. However you spent it, I hope you enjoyed it. First of all, as usual, I just want to thank God for waking us up this morning. We owe him that thanks, and we definitely owe him a praise because he chose us as being one that even, I have to say, as I say, woke us up and we one of the blessed ones. We just want to hope that we make it the full day. You know what I'm saying? Because we can sometimes wake up and make it part of the day and not make it the rest of the day. I want to give condolences to my 2 followers that I know during this time has had a rough time due to losing a loved one. One of my followers lost her son with just within days of Christmas, lost her son to gun violence. So we definitely want to keep her in our prayers. You can find her on my Facebook page. You can find her, and her screen name is Delphine, I think it is, on YouTube. I have to get it together because she got 2 different names. She got one name on Facebook and a different name on YouTube. But anyway, we just want to pray for everybody. Now, let's just say them, just for anybody that may be experiencing during this time, and not just a holiday, but any day, the loss of a loved one or just going through something, just say a blanket prayer for everybody. I'm saying a prayer for a person I don't even know that's heavy on my heart, and this is somebody I seen on the news. A lady lost her 3-year-old child. She left the child to go to work with the babysitter, which was her niece, and somehow her 3-year-old daughter got out and went in the backyard and somehow got in a septic tank. It was heartbreaking to hear this lady say that she came home to see what was going on, only to find her baby with all kinds of debris in her eyes, and it was painful, just to hear her. Like I said, I don't know her, but I feel her pain. So sometimes we don't even have to say know anybody, but hey, prayer works in numbers, and even with that trauma and tragedy, a couple of days later, she lost her sister. So when we think that we going through things, there's other people that's going through things and it's much more than we going through. And I guess that's why I'm not one of those that harper when things are not going my way, or when I have obstacles that get in my way. I've learned to deal with them because I guess I'm 62. I've been out here a long time, and I made it. I survived it. When it came my way, I just I tackled it. I didn't sit and cry about it. I didn't go to somebody and say, hey, I need you. It wasn't like that. It was like, hey, put your big girl panties on, and you got to get out there and do what you got to do. So hey, when it seems like it's getting rough, you're getting obstacles in your way, that's the time when you put your armor on and you stand up. You don't sit down and lay down and die. That's just what you don't do. And I've seen so many people that have went down the route with that. I have to say that, hey, I have had some challenges thrown my way. Um, and a lot of them don't even belong to me. That's the thing. But God puts you through things for a reason. I don't know. I'm still trying to find out the mission that He's sending me on now. But I know I'm not being punished for nothing that I did. You can't tell me, oh, that's what you get for this, that's what you get for that, because I'm not that type of person. So that's why I say it's a mission. It's not a punishment. It's a mission I'm on, you know, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take it like a soldier, you know. You can't beat me down. That's one thing you cannot do, and you will not do, is beat me down. I've been out here since I was 17 years old. I'm 62, and if I can't say nothing else, I can say I made it. I made it. I didn't have the best things in life, but I was able to have some of the finer things in life. I experienced some of the finer things in life, and some people still have not conquered that, and they 62 years old. So I feel like I've been blessed, and I ain't ready to lay down and die. So I'm gonna put my big girl panties on, and I'm getting in line, and I'm gonna march. I'm a march. And see, when I march by myself. I don't need that marching band behind me. And I thank God for that gift that He gave me, is I have never needed a marching band behind me to accomplish what I want to accomplish. If I'm out there to do it, I'm gonna do it. But I'm learning that, especially in the last couple of months, I've been having a lot of my followers who reach out to me, who have told me how I have touched them in some kind of way, and that's amazing and that feels good. Out of spite, you may have people that may try to tear you down, but those are the ones that really don't have no effect on you. When people think they're affecting you, what affects me is when I get that person that says, you know what, I was going through something, and I start listening to you, I start following you, or I wasn't feeling good about myself, and I started listening to you. Now I'm up. I'm doing things. I'm going out. I'm fixing myself up. Those are the kind of things that affect me, and they affect me in a positive way, and that's why I can keep on marching. I'm gonna march. I'm gonna march, and I'm gonna march with my head up in the air. I know I've been a beast out here. These times that I have been out here since the age of 17, I consider myself as a winner. That's all I can say. I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting, but I'm proud of what I have accomplished, what I have conquered when things have come my way. I got out there as a black woman. My vision was to help people with housing. I went out there, I bought 2 apartment buildings. I had 2 apartment buildings in my own home. I didn't have nobody, I didn't have a marching band behind me then. I didn't have a marching band behind me. I guess that's why I don't understand social media. Um, and I'm not, at this point, social media is probably at the bottom of my list of things. I want to use it as, what do I want to say, a streamline and a line to get to people that, hey, need a word of encouragement, or somebody that just needs somebody to hang out with. That's what I'm using social media for. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people on social media. I didn't realize there's a lot of mental illness out here, a lot of people that need help. There's people out here that use this as they outlet when they angry. It's people out here that use this as an outlet when they ain't never had nothing and they got a little bit of something because they came to social media, which I think is horrible because this social media is not guaranteed. And I have seen so many of them go to the top, and as quick as they got to the top on the social media without anything to back up, is as quick as they went to the bottom. They dropped. It's like Jack and Jill went up the hill and they just came tumbling back down. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody. If you got something to offer, it's not about making a dollar or all of that always on these social media streets. Make you a little nice little station where you can have people come, and that's how you got out. Come on. So you did. I didn't. Okay. I see how you did what you did, girl. Yeah, I got a whole lot of stuff to do. I got to get my baby over here and make sure that she up to date. She should be up to date on all her shots. She is due for her 1 year rabies shot. Um, we behind on that, but just because Goddess is gonna have to go, and a family member is gonna be caring for Goddess for me. I want to make sure Goddess got all her shots and everything. And I don't know, her little personality here in the last couple of weeks has really done a drastic change. I don't know. I know she's became clingy to me for some reason. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, social media beat me down. And it'll happen like that when you a person with self-confidence, you got confidence in yourself, and people don't like that. Even though you may think it's a strength, it's people out there that just envy that. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna say, "Oh, I can tear her down. She ain't that. She ain't that. He ain't that." Don't let nobody do that to you. They down and they want to take you down with them. Don't let nobody take you down and take you and pull you down to the bottom with them. Don't do that. I ain't never been a follower. I always been a leader. hmm If I'm gonna be in the band, I'm gonna be at the top of the. I'm gonna be in front. I ain't gonna be in the back. You gonna see me first and up front, and that's just it. Point blank. Period. But good morning. I woke up. I don't know. My days and my nights are really messed up. And I be trying to get on here and reach out to, just like now. It's what, 3:17 a.m. in the morning. It's people that's just laying there like, with a lot on their mind, sitting there thinking of something negative, or, I got to get up today. I ain't got enough cook food to feed my kids. They ain't even sleeping at this time, and nobody to talk to. Here I am. Here I am. You ain't thinking about that right now. Right now, you sitting over here listening to me talk. So if in that one number 5 or 10 minutes, I gave you a break from whatever that was that kept you up at 3:18 a.m. in the morning and was heavy on your mind. You took a break from it just to listen to me. So I did a good deed for this morning. That's how I look at it. You know, I got to say I've had some trying times in the last couple of weeks on YouTube. Um, hey Jada, baby, how you doing? Good morning, sweetie. Um, but I also went on a mission. It was like, well, hey, well, what drew you to this social media thing, And I got the reminiscing back on, why did you go? Why did you start a Facebook account? Why did you go to YouTube? And I thought it was all positive. I went to Facebook because a neighbor of mine said that her son every Friday, I think it was, had a Friday day, and I ain't saying no name. He know who he is. He just had a birthday. Very positive. I watched this kid grow. Real funny. And she was like, he have everybody cracking up. And that's what I started the page for. I started going to listening to him and watching him, and it was a joy because this is a kid that, hey, I don't watch grow up, and it's amazing. And I smiled the other day because it was his birthday. He part of the Silver Fox Club. Gorgeous. I'm loving the beard, baby. That white beard. You know who you are. Happy birthday, King. You can't call out people names and things like you want to on this social media. That's for sure. But you know who you are if you sneaking in, because even that person is no longer on here as much as they used to be. But I'm looking at him like I remember when he couldn't drink and he holding up Top Chef liquor, with a silver beard, looking good. So, hey, that's a blessing within itself that I'm sitting here looking at a kid that I once seen. I'm saying, I know this kid back, I want to say 5, 6. He got a silver beard, doing good. You know what I'm saying? I watched him as a teenager to be a man. That's a blessing. That's a blessing within itself. You know, it's a blessing to be done been a part of that kid's life, and know the true thing. Cause I mean, I was pretty close to that family. We done went through some of me and the mom done went through some of the same struggles together, sit down and be shaking our head like, hey, but we made it. She can thank God that, hey, her kids, I'm watching them. They wasn't failures. So all that struggling and hard time that you went through, hey, it was worth it. It was real worth it. Look at the product that you turned out. A lot of people are not turning out this type of quality of children to grow into being adults. Some mothers are sitting around shaking their heads saying, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And it ain't necessarily that you did wrong. It's just a product of what you was working with. Again, my motto is nothing from nothing leaves nothing. If you have nothing to work with, you're going to end up with nothing. If you got something that you can work with, some, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but we all know that sometimes, even with our children, what we have is not what we want. A lot of people, and I feel sorry for them, they forced to be tortured with a product that if they know I'm starting out with nothing and I already know I'm going to end up with nothing. But as a mother or a father, guess what? I just got to go through it. I got the steps to pretend, and that's a hurtful feeling. And that's being real, things that people ain't going to really say. Ain't nobody going to tell you, girl, this boy, he 9 or 10 years old. And I know, hey, ain't nothing I can do with him. How many times do you hear that? Ain't nothing I can do with him. But you can't say I don't want him and go throw him in the trash. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that. And at the end, I ain't got nothing. I have seen that on these social media streets. And what they'll do is they'll try to hurt somebody else because they hurt. I never knew what I mean, people wasn't telling me when I was growing up 5, 6, 9, 10, 15, 16, 18, 19 that hurt people. Huh? I don't know nothing about that. In our neighborhood, we didn't have much. We was a village. And what do they say? It takes a village to raise children. We had that. So I don't know, about what's going on here. I mean, I had some, y'all know where we grew up at. From the West End, y'all that I grew up with in the West End. I know how it was when I was here. It was love. I'm in the West End now and I don't see that. I don't see that. And I left here in the early age in the West End, but hey, this was my stomping ground. I went to school here. As an adult, I partied here. But that love that I seen then, I don't see now. I hear gunshots. The thing is that I'm not here by choice. I'm not here by choice. Would I change it? No. I needed to see, I needed to see this to say, dag, I'm blessed. I got away from it. I had to come back to it. And I needed to see this to be able to appreciate, dad, girl, your life ain't been bad at all. I always say, hey, I know I'm in the jungle. I started out in the jungle at the age of 17. That's when I wanted to be grown. I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. I don't want no curfew. I don't want none of that. So what do? Hey, if you think you grown, then it's time to get out there and do grown folks things. And that's what I did. And I mean, I enjoyed every bit of it. Ain't nothing. Not even from when I moved in my first apartment. And 3 months later, I lost my job. I lost my job. I was 17. I had been in my apartment about 3 months and I lost my job. A job that told me that I got coming out of high school now. Went from straight from, I ain't never had no struggle or no hard time getting no job. If I'm without one, it ain't gonna be long. Cause I'll do anything when it comes to it. Might not be in my field. Oh nah, honey, I can't do that. Honey, that ain't my thing. This is what I do. No, I will do anything. With it being legal, yeah, I can type. Yeah, I have mortgage loan officer experience. Yeah, I got collection experience. But hey, wait a minute. Ain't nobody hiring in that field, but they say they got a part-time cleaning company over here. Okay, you hiring? Because I'm going there and I'm gonna work until I find something in my field. That is what has helped me not have to ask nobody for anything. I have never had to say, can you give me a couple of dollars to pay my gas and electric bill? Never. I never had to go to nobody and say the food is low. Can you help me with some groceries? Do you hear me? And I've seen it happen. And I get angry when I think about I played a part and I helped. You ain't got groceries and you ain't got money to put groceries, but you will come and get some money from me to buy groceries with a man. Oh my God. You'll borrow money from your mama or daddy and have your man to pick it up, bring you to pick it up. Oh my God. I ain't never had to do that. Never ever had I have ever had to do that. My backbone, my backbone. I say I ain't never had nobody do nothing for me. Okay, let me backtrack that. Yes, I did. That's what made me not have to go ask nobody else. Because I had my supporter. My supporter was my mother. My mother. I didn't have to go. That's the only stop I ever had to make if I needed something was to go to my mother. I don't think near one of her kids can say they ever had to go anywhere and ask nobody for no help. All we had to do was go to mama and daddy. Thank you. Because so many people did not have that. They couldn't make that one stop. So that when they get the age I am, they can say, I didn't need nobody. I didn't need nobody because I only had one step to make, and that's to walk through my parents' door and say, hey, I need your help. Thank you. Thank you. I was the oldest. But when I went for help, I only needed their help to help me help myself. I ain't never went to them and say, can you pay my rent? My mother would tell you I was 17 years old out there. I didn't have my rent money for a whole year, waiting on unemployment. Lord, back in them days. And then I had to keep appealing it because unemployment, that's the first thing they want to do is deny your claim. So now you got to go through. And back in them days, it was rough. But I never had to say, will you pay my rent? Matter of fact, I didn't pay no rent for a year. I was 17 when I moved in, had to have a note of permission to move in. It must have been very impressive because I was only there 90 days and couldn't pay my rent. Thanks for them reverends in the city of Cincinnati that was managing that apartment complex. And I would go every month and I would say, I'm still waiting on unemployment. I did that for a whole year. I never had a court eviction. I never had anything. I would pick up little bull crap jobs. I worked down here. My mama friend got me a job. Miss Phyllis got me a job down here, Queensgate Frisch's. I ain't never did no Frisch's work. At that time, I was in my 20s. I'd already been sitting at an office desk working. But hey, I need some money. I'm excited. I go down there, they give me 2 hours here, 4 hours there. Back in them days, it wasn't no money I was making. I get my little check, it say like $27, $28. Okay. I had to drive down there. People would say I wouldn't have went to work for that. I heard somebody that I was talking to ain't got I hope you watching too. You've been sneaking in and watching and you did some things that wasn't right. But yeah, I was talking to a young girl down here. And, you're too young. You look depressed. You're drinking, you're smoking the weed every day. You can't even see the color of her eye. Why don't you get up and get your little job? I was working and this and this, and I ain't gonna work. He wouldn't give me enough hours. Let me tell you about that Frisch's check. It might have been $27, but I could go buy some soap, some toilet paper, some toothpaste, sanitary napkins. You know what I'm saying? And didn't have to ask nobody. So when they look at me and can't understand why life ain't beat me down, you know why? Because I've always recovered. I've always recovered. What? September 24th, 25th, 2023. That was the day I ain't never felt like that. I laid on that floor in that living room all by myself. I couldn't breathe. That's the worst feeling in the world. I couldn't breathe. I'm on the phone with 911 and they asking me questions. And I'm saying, I can't breathe. I continuously telling you, you got my address and you got my name. Please send somebody. I can't breathe. I finally dropped the phone and laid there and say, today is the day. I couldn't get no air. I could not breathe. Guess what? I ain't even called nobody. Went on in, I was having a heart attack. I thought I was having a breathing attack. Good morning, Buttercup. Happy Tuesday to you. But guess what? It wasn't my time. I'm still here. I gave up. God said, I ain't ready. No, no. What is this, December the 27th? And I'm still here. I said, some of my broadcasts, like, hey, I was crying this weekend. And, uh, I don't get sad on holidays. I will take my son, okay? Uh, I reminisce on these days of a lot of my loved ones that I've lost, but I don't cry because they gone because it's Christmas. I don't cry because they gone or when it's Thanksgiving. I don't cry that they gone because their birthday came up. And I definitely don't celebrate the day I lost them. You know what I'm saying? No go. We ain't having nothing celebrating April 28th, not over here. That wasn't no celebration. Now, if you want to have a celebration for my child, you come and get me on August the 1st, and we'll party and we'll celebrate. Because that's the day I gave him life. I don't want to celebrate the day he lost his life. The realization is I'm just coming to this. Wow. You know what? He was the winner. With my son and his personality, I don't think he would have survived what's going on now. He wouldn't have made it. Wouldn't have made it. His temper was too bad. He ain't never really had to address things like that, but he would now. His temper, that boy's temper, he wouldn't have made it. That teddy bear wouldn't have made it. Because, see, they had mistaken him a lot of times for being a teddy bear because, hey, he was gentle. Uh-huh. Until you turned him into that bear. He wouldn't have made it. So I have to say thank you, God. You brought him home for a reason. Because he wasn't going to make it down here. You know, the first thing when I tell somebody is, well, I lost my son on such and such and such. How was he killed? Oh my God. You say that to me, you're going to get a tongue lashing. Every black man that don't make it at a young age was not killed. I don't know. How was he killed? Huh? But anyway, it's something to think of, reasons to be thankful no matter what you go through. I'm learning, hey, no matter what you go through, don't let nobody change your personality and who you are because they are trying to tear you down. I went through that on YouTube. Basically, I learned the lesson, and it's like I remember. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something because I know I got a lot of Facebook people that come through here, dip and dab, and well known in my neighborhood. Me and my son's father both, with our strange relationship, friendship, loveship, or whatever. But we were like Chucky, and he always say we're gonna be like Chucky. We're gonna be there to the end. That didn't mean in a love relationship and all of that. It just meant that we were committed to be there to each other no matter what. And we did. It was nothing outside of our friendship, relationship could ever take that away. Because even when we couldn't be a couple, we could be friends. So you gonna always, because our relationship didn't need no explanation. We understood. Thank you, Big D. I always tell everybody he had me longer than my mom and my daddy did. But that was my best friend. I wouldn't be the strong black woman that I am today if it wasn't for him and that son of mine. He blessed me with somebody just as strong that could keep, boy, that boy could keep me in order. See, I learned a lot from my son. You get older, you losing time. Hey, he kept me schooled. I can't, hey, I always just, we sit down and we vibe and it'd be like, thank you, he pulled my coattail. But see, people, we had that type of relationship that we could do that. He could do that. He could pull me to the side and say, hey, that right there ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't I'm the mother. You can't, don't say nothing to me. Move, so I can stick this up. But anyway, just wanted to kind of chime in. That was on my mind this morning. That's what I woke up to, some coffee and some thought. I be sitting here trying to take all my negative and turn it into a positive. You know why? Because I know I can. I know I can. Uh-oh. We don't want to stick that in there. Let's see here. Hold on, y'all. I done messed up one of my cords. I don't want to stick that in my phone. We gonna throw that one away. It ain't no good. Mess up phones, sticking bad chargers and stuff in them. But anyway, I'm not crying either, y'all. I got sinus problems. Oh yeah. Oh God, she was on there. She was just crying. And people like to report and they don't. They like the news. Somebody else and I was talking about. Oh, I know what we was talking. I was talking about. I was telling people how the news don't always give what is really what's going on. It gives you what they think is going to sell that story, and that's a lot about what happens on social media. Is it don't have to be truth. They can get on a platform and they can say it because hey, that's what sells. Don't have to be the truth to sell. But a prime example was something that I went through when I lost my dog. And 19 did a story, and they said my dog was stole out of my house in broad daylight. Okay, people gonna look at that. My dog wasn't stole out of my house in no broad daylight. That is not the story that I told you. That somebody walked in my house and stole my dog in broad daylight. I didn't tell you that. That's just like with this car accident. At the end of the thing, it said alcohol was a factor. It's not always the driver. Okay? That's just like when you write a book and you send it to the publisher. You gave him your story. He gonna edit your book and he gonna give it back to you, and he gonna say, you know what? You need to take this out, put this in to make that book a good book. So you got to change what really happened to sell that book. That's what people do in their real life. I was sitting here this morning, I was saying, damn, that's one thing I ain't never been good at, and that's writing. You know, I like hands on. Give me the computer, give me the phone, and put me to work. hmm But I've been saying for the last, what, 15, 20, maybe even more, I want to write a book. I want to tell my story from beginning to end. Some days I said, my story is going to hurt somebody. It's going to hurt a lot of people because I plan on telling the truth. Okay. Then I'm scared because some of these people, mm, 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 if exposed, wow. If you listening, you know who you are. So then I be saying, do you write that book and say don't publish it until you gone? Because you don't want to be around when the drama hits the fan. No, but okay. So I was like, okay, well maybe this little mini vacation I'm going on, maybe that's what God's saying. Girl, sit your butt down. Go on and get that pen and that paper and write that book. Cause I got to get something out of this because I ain't did nothing. So I got to make the best out of this. I'm gonna tell you my story as soon as I can. Oh Lord, I can't wait to tell this one. I want to bring you documents of harassment that I have been through. And let me tell you something. With this car accident is all I'm gonna say. For all listening and all involved, for all of you have harassed me with emails, phone calls, in my chat on my thing, on my platform. We all got to take accountability for parts that we play in things. Okay? Listen at this, you guys. And I made sure I'm on Facebook because the harassment with this situation is basically people in Cincinnati. It's some in Cincinnati that has been harassing me about this car accident through social media. A lot, it was found out on social media. I mean, YouTube, the same thing too. But what we got to do is we got to take accountability for parts that we play in things that happen. Some people that's out there saying that that is the victim. I am the victim in this case, I promise you. And I can't wait to tell my story. I was slandered all over social media as being the bad person. Take accountability. How did this happen? Why did this happen? What part did this person that's being called the victim, what part did they play? I sit here every day and say, I am the victim. Okay? I am truly the victim. And I can't wait to tell you my story. I'm going to say this, And for the smart ones, I think you can see through it without me saying a word. Listen at this. If you wear a hearing aid, cut it up. Turn it up. When you're in a car accident or something like that, right? I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it there. You test it. The driver is tested through one way. The victim, they tested too. You know, when the ambulance carry me in, they do lab tests. They do blood tests. So we all get tested, okay? But you'll never know who's turned out negative and who's turned out positive, okay? It's sad. Is it me or was it the victim? Who is the victim? Who is the real victim? I'll tell you one day. Now, I don't recall giving you anything to. Oh, you eating a dog over here eating a mint. I'm trying to figure out. I gave her that mint 2 days ago. You didn't act, now you over there, you eating on it. I might go ahead and shave you today. God has got to get her. I gave her little spot thing. I think I'm going to do that this morning while I'm up. Go ahead and set you up and go on and groom you, girl. Is that what I'm going to do? Because you're looking a little bit fuzzy. And say, I'm going away and I got to go in and step in my new temporary home and I got to be cute. Say, I got to be cute. Say, I'm going to stay with my uncle and my auntie and I got to be cute. Oh my God. Yeah, but anyway. That's my best friend. When you hear me talk about Goddess, Goddess is my daughter. She is beautiful. Oh my God, she is beautiful. She's my 6-pound sheepoo. I guess she's 6 pounds. I gotta take her. I gotta take her and get her little shots and stuff. But anyway, hey, I hope everybody's starting out Tuesday. If you're going back to work, I know during this time when I was out there in the real world of work, I would take off. I would save my time every year for the same time, take off Christmas, but I never went back to work until after the first of the year. So I know it's a lot that's still doing the same thing. So enjoy your time off. Those that go back to work, don't look at it as stop. That couldn't stay out to the first of the year. Don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing. You got a job to go to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to take the bitter with the sweet and realize it's a blessing. hmm So I already figured out how I'm gonna start my day. I'm gonna get the clippers and go ahead and groom her and get her out the way. And I'm gonna pack some things today. I set up for don't me to donate a lot of my furniture and stuff, and I'm donating it to a place that gives out furniture and stuff to displaced people and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So still trying to give back to places that give that help people. We don't have enough of that. People take for granted I'm okay, and that's all that it takes. But no, sometimes it takes getting out there and helping somebody else. I look at my neighbor. She keeps saying, "Is there anything you need?" And I think it's just cute. And I look at her. I say, "No, baby, I'm okay." A beautiful person. In the short time and we don't sit in each other's house and It was just that love connection at the beginning. Some mornings, some days we in passing, we don't even have conversation, just hug each other and go on in our door, you know. But don't sit around and gossip or none of that. If we talking about something about us and trying to uplift each other because she been going through some things. I've been going through some things. She lost a son, and actually, she just told me when I met her, we don't sit and cry about the loss of our children. We just know we both are hurting, and come on, let's just keep each other uplifted. But anyway, I'm gonna say good morning, good morning, good morning. I've been on here about 50 minutes, feeling good this morning, feeling even better. Cause hey, I was sitting over here by myself with nobody to talk to. So guess what? Social media is okay, 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 because they coming in, they coming out. And somebody heard me this morning. I swear they did. So anyway, you guys, I hope that everybody, I'm finna finish looking at Law and Order. It's now 3:55 a.m. in the Nasty Natty. They say nasty. I say it the beautiful Natty. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to watching this episode of Law and Order while I get got it set up for her little session of grooming session. Sometimes, and I'm glad I'm catching now because it won't be a 2 hour job, and I have to show you. I was paying 50, $60, even call some places they tell me much as $80 to groom my baby, and I was like, wait a minute now. I had started, well, it started out with Toby because Toby had to be groomed. And that's when I first started, doing my own grooming of my dogs. And they are just as beautiful as when I take them into a groomer. Matter of fact, they probably get more attention. I do their face, I do their hair, I do their little spa baths. Now, when she walked past you, my little girl walked past you, I started them out early, teaching them about hygiene. When Goddess walk past you, you ain't gonna smell Goddess, or you pick Goddess up or pet Goddess and smell your hand. They be like, "Dang, she smell good." You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because when some of these women that sit on social media all day walk past, you sniff and you smell fish. But Goddess, she's fish free. She's dog smell free. So this is a good time for me to go and get her groomed up. And she ain't been dolled up in a few days, so I don't know. We ain't been nowhere. She's supposed to be my date yesterday for Christmas to go see The Color Purple. Hey, hey, I'm going back. That's all I can say is I'm going back to see The Color Purple again. I don't know. Within the next couple of weeks, I'm going back. That's how good it was. I want to replay. I want to go through, and I like to always, because that's what surprised me about social media. These people can be watching you, and it's the craziest thing that they are spectating so much in your surroundings and in your background that they can pick out the craziest thing. Girl, she was in the kitchen cooking. Did you see that fly on the wall? Do you know I have had per people? I had this person. I was just to tell you how mean people are. I was cooking on a live one day, and there was a little spot on my what on my countertop. It was a crumb or something like that. I got a full-fledged email with a screenshot with somebody that had circled this crumb. Listen at me and say you cooking with roaches in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So you be surprised of how people are all in your background and what they looking for. So that's why I like to go back and watch the movie again, is because I know that there was something in the background that may have been funny or something that I didn't see. But the color purple is awesome. I enjoyed it. The few changes that they made was beautiful. You're gonna be surprised of just the singing and the vibrant colors and things that is in it. And I seen it in a whole nother sense. And to be honest with you, the remake is what I like the best. So if you didn't, I paid $7.75 for those that are near the Esquire in up on Ludlow. They considered as a matinee. I went Sunday at 12 noon. The prices are good. The seating is comfortable. I am surprised that we had the color purple at the Esquire. But yeah, if it's not expensive. Even the commissary and stuff like that, commissary, it's reasonable too. It's not like it is at one of the high end theaters, but you are in a nice, clean. The theater is beautiful. So if those that are looking for it and they want to do something at lunch, I seen so many people there. It was so many men there, so many black men there. I seen white men there. It was just beautiful on Christmas. I seen a whole family, and I think that's what they did. Say, hey, we all going to see the color purple and then go home and eat dinner. That was a beautiful thing to see. Yeah, but the Esquire had a Ludlow popping uh, Christmas. So the theater seems like it's bringing more of the more up to date movies and things here, and we need to utilize that in our own neighborhood. But it's a nice, safe neighborhood. Ludlow up on Ludlow is a nice area. They even had, and I said that's because of the college campus being up there. They had a lot of the mom and pops and a lot of the restaurants that were open, for even breakfast. And I said, well, I guess that a way that makes sense, because some people, me, a holiday is a holiday, but if I got the opportunity to make some money or whatever, so them business owners kept it open, and it also probably helped out a couple of college kids that hey, I want to have Christmas breakfast and I can't go home, so that was impressive too. Don't slip on holidays if you're alone. Try Clifton because Clifton wasn't as dead as other areas was. So I was able to go to United Dairy. I was able to go to gas station if I wanted to go to a restaurant for breakfast. One was open. When I came out, I was leaving. I could see restaurants were open, so I could have had lunch. I go up there. That's one of my favorite spots to go to when I go to the doctor. If you don't know, I am into the African attire. So that little African boutique up there keeps me in trouble because I never have ever left from my doctor's appointment and went up there and been able to get up there and just take my transportation and go home. I gotta go around there and I have to purchase something. But anyway, that's one of my little collections I love. And then, with the fire and things, I lost a lot of African attire. So I was been trying to build that back up. Actually, I got some outfits. I said I'm gonna wear the next three, 4 Sundays to church that I've never worn. But anyway, in the meantime, in between time, like I said, be safe. Thanks for those that drop by. If you're watching this on a replay, I'm gonna ask you guys, and I'm gonna be honest. Please just go over to my Facebook page. My Facebook is Bodacious Davis. Go over there. Hopefully, we're gonna have some great fun over there. I'm going to go back to my cooking. My cooking channel is how I started out here. Well, my mission was to come out here because I thought it was a lot of caring and loving people that I wanted people to join my mission and helping the less fortunate. But then I started doing cooking and things. That's overwhelming. I'm having a big request of the cooking. So I will be back cooking on my Facebook page and just basically being me. So if you're looking for a place where you can just sit and have some good, clean fun when you had a hard day, come on. Go on over there and click on Bodacious Davis. Please like, subscribe, and share. In the meantime, in between time, be safe, you guys, okay? And hey, if ain't nobody told you they love you today, you say, hey, wait a minute now. I was listening to Bodacious at 4:04 a.m. Bodacious, love you, and you have a great day.